Hello world, Wendy from Cali here, back with our Mixed Manny chat. Before we get started, let's hit that timer. So, if you're new here, I am Wendy from Cali, born and raised here in California, and I like to do my nails and just chit-chat about life. If you're not new, thank you for coming back. Today's Mixed Manny theme is a Mystery Twosie Mixed Manny Challenge by Tara Stoddard, who, if you haven't seen her YouTube channel, you should go check it out. She also has a Facebook group, and she has these challenges for us. We haven't done a Mixed Manny with the Mystery Twosie in a long while, but we have it for this week. And this was what she sent me. Lokelani Rose. There we go. And we're going to incorporate this into our Mixed Manny today. Before I actually do my Mixed Manny, though, I got nail mail today that I wanted to share, so I thought I'd open it up and share. This is from Chic and Sassy Nails by Shannon. If you don't follow her on YouTube, you should check her out. And she had a party, which I was a part of on Facebook, and sent me a whole bunch of stuff, which I'm so excited about. I won one of the games that was part of the party, and so I thought I'd share. So these are So Hover It, and her business card, how to apply Color Street if you're new to Color Street. I love these cards that she includes with nail mail. You matter. Well, thank you. There's a magic about you that is all your own. Thanks, Shannon! And then, these are actually two sets I don't own, and I own so many sets, so I'm very excited. So this is Pacific Paradise, the pedicure. And then this one is Made My Daisy. And both of them, I believe, are retired sets now, so they're no longer available on the Color Street website. So I'm very excited to have these because I don't have them. So thank you, Shannon. I love participating in parties and trying to win stuff, free stuff. We all live free, right? And it's been a really big nail mail day today because my recent order that I had from Color Street also arrived today. So it was nice coming home from the office to a bunch of nail mail. So let's take a look at these. These were from the anniversary Color Street. Color Street's 6 years old now, and they were from the anniversary launch. So here's Midnight Kiss. I believe this one is sold out right now. I don't know if they'll bring it back on the website, but it's a pink with chunky silver and pink glitter. And then Happy Hour is a purple with the chunky glitter and the fine glitter as well. Lavender color. Socialite is this gold, which they haven't had a really good gold in a while, so I was very excited to get this. That one's also sold out on the site. And then Nightlife is this blue, grayish blue with the chunky glitter. There were two other ones that I didn't get. I forgot the names of them, but one of them's like a silver, and then the other one is like a... what kind of green is it? I don't know how to describe the green, but I'm usually a green fan, but I have so many green sets that I haven't used, and I had to pick and choose because on the website it's buy 3 get 1 free if you order 4 sets, and I didn't want to go over that amount, so those were the 4 I ended up with. So yeah, but some of those sets are still available on the website. My sister-in-law actually is a Color Street stylist, so if you want to purchase from her site, link will be below. And okay, enough on showing the nails. Let's start doing the nails, because most of you are here for the nails. So let's get started. My thought when I received this Twosie, which is a 2-finger tester, knowing that this is super sheer, so there's a white background where this is laying on top of, but I've seen others use this and it's super sheer. And I have other sets that are very sheer. Champagne Fizz was from one of the Color Play boxes, subscription boxes, and Treasure Island is another one that was from another Color Play box. So I wanted to use those leftovers. Now, Color Street is a one-time use application type product, but a lot of us who use Color Street a lot tend to try to be savvy and save them for later if we have leftovers. So you'll see that I heat sealed this. So let's hope that they are going to work. And then I have Solar Flare, which is also a retired set. I used this on my sister, Michelle, on one of our vacations, and it looked so beautiful. I also had a cousin-in-law, Christy, who used this, and it looked really beautiful. I wanted to do something different, though, and not just do it by itself, and so I'm actually going to do some layering with that, because all of the rest of the sets are sheer. And because tomorrow is summer solstice, I have changed my background for the summer. It's a little busy. I'm looking at it on camera right now and going, whoa. So I don't know if that's going to be good or bad, but we shall see. I'll be using it for the summer. And I have these cute nail stickers that I'm going to include. Just going to use the black ones, though, this time around. But, you know, this is a Mystery Twosie Mixed Mani Challenge that's supposed to give summer vibes. So I thought, summer vibes, that's going on my thumb. So, and then some palm trees, because when I think of summer, I think of sunsets and palm trees and the beach and all that. So, here we go. Enough talk. Let's get started. So, I'm going to start with the first layer. And because my nails have been sitting for a little bit, I did cut my nails short because they were bothering me. They grew long enough where when I would type, I was worried I was going to break a nail. I don't know, those who have natural nails, like how long can you grow your nails before you're like, ooh, I better cut those before I break one. For me, it was like almost double the length of what it is now for the white. I'm not talking about the whole nail itself, but like just the little white part there, I had cut off like half of it. So it was like probably like right there. But that's about the length it gets to before I'm like, ooh, I gotta cut it. So yeah, I cut it over the weekend when I did it like a transitional mani. What I call a transitional mani, meaning that it's one that I don't record, and I just kind of do quickly to switch things up for a little bit before I do another manicure on camera. So I used one of my favorites. I'm going to butcher the name. Aubergine. I don't know. It's like a purplish kind of set, like a deep eggplant. And I believe it's also retired. Correct me if I'm wrong. Color Street stylist. I'm not a stylist, so I don't really keep up with what's retired and what's still available, but I used that with some nail stickers and wore that for like 2 days, and now I'm ready for this one to last at least 5 to 7 days. We'll see. We shall see, because I get bored, and doing my nails is actually my me time, and after this weekend, it's nice to have some me time. But yeah, what did I do this weekend? What did I do? So, went to the San Diego County Fair with my brother's family and my parents and Panda Bear. And that was a lot of fun, except traffic going down to San Diego was horrendous. It took us about 3 hours, a little over 3 hours to get to my brother's house. But luckily when we got to the Del Mar Fairgrounds, my brother didn't have too hard of a time parking, and we were able to enjoy the fair like for a good amount of time. Alright, let's see if these work. So, here we go. Alright, they're feeling like they will, because that peeled off really well. So I'm thinking they're still sticky enough where they'll actually work. Alright, so I was most looking forward to, besides hanging with my family, having a humongous corn dog the size of my arm. I always describe it as the size of my arm, and I was looking forward to doing that. And that was the first thing we did when we got there. I got to buy the huge corn dog, and I was pretty much done. I was like, okay, I'm done. I fulfilled my goal of going to the fair. But obviously we didn't just leave after that. We did a whole bunch of other things. What else did we do? We saw a, what was it called? Swifty Swine Piggy Race. And there were like, was it 3 races or 4 races? I feel like there was like 3 races. No, maybe 4. Well, piggy races. We saw piggy races, and that was a lot of fun. My niece Emmeline wanted to ride rides. Uncle had purchased a ticket package that loaded a bunch of tickets on a card for us to either ride rides and or play games, and so we did that as well. My mom, who loves flowers, had seen a flower exhibit with a whole bunch of, whoa, excuse me, whoa, I apologize. I'm chewing gum while I'm doing this today, which is different from normal, and I swallowed wrong. Anyways, my mom got to see a whole bunch of flowers at the fair, and she loved that. We were celebrating my sister-in-law Abby's birthday, which is going to be next week, as well as my dad's belated birthday, which was earlier this month, and Father's Day. So, Father's Day for both my dad and my brother. So, you know, just some family time. It was a lot of fun, but really very tired after all the festivities at the fair. And towards like the end, before we left the fair, we all agreed after riding the rides that we wanted some food that wasn't fair food. So we ended up going out for dinner at a place closer to my brother's house, and I ended up getting a really delicious poke bowl. For those who have never had poke, it's basically a Hawaiian dish that is kind of like having a deconstructed sushi. So my poke bowl had white rice, like sushi rice, and then 5 different seafood options, and then some imitation crab meat that you're used to seeing in California rolls. If you've ever had sushi and ordered California rolls, they had that, as well as avocado and onion, and I don't remember what else we added to my poke bowl, but it was delicious. It made me very happy, especially after eating a humongous corn dog and junk food like curly fries with cheese and bacon and a caramel apple and all that. So was ready for something a little less junk foody. And that poke bowl totally hit the spot. And there were other options where my parents were happy and everyone else in our party was happy. So that was nice. And then the traffic going home was easy peasy. So really nice. But woke up Sunday and I don't know, junk food and me tends to mess with me, especially when Aunt Flo is slowly creeping her way into town soon. And so I had kind of a minor breakdown on Sunday. So Sunday ended up being spending time with my dad and my mom and Panda Bear only, instead of going to visit my sister-in-law and nieces and nephew. We were already going to see them on Monday. I had to take the day off on Monday. So Panda Bear decided, okay, we're staying home to rest and recharge and be ready for Monday. And so Monday, yesterday, we had to be up super early, and we went to my sister-in-law's, Carla's, because it was her surgery day. I'll just say that much. I won't say what kind of surgery, because she hasn't really said anything about it on social media or anything like that about what type of surgery, but those who are close to us, those who know. So, you know, when they took her into surgery, they said that it could possibly be that she might have to stay overnight. It depends on, you know, how the surgery goes and all that, and that they would let us know. And so, you know, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. So I spent most of Monday hanging out with my nieces and nephew and keeping them entertained and, you know, making sure they weren't worried about their mom. And then Panda Bear was in charge of taking his sister to the hospital and then running a bunch of errands. So yeah, but long story short, her surgery went very well, and she was actually able to come home same day, and earlier than I had thought, so that was great. She is like one of the strongest women, strongest people, period, that I know, so I definitely admire her strength, and her ability to be a single mom. Like, those who know me know that I've had enough playing the pseudo-parent, being the oldest of 3, and being part of a generation where it was for most of my childhood, coming from a dual income household without grandparents nearby, that at age 9, I was kind of in charge of taking care of myself and my brother and sister at home. So when we weren't in school, it was mostly me in charge of my brother and sister and anybody else who ended up coming over to the house. So that was the start of being a parent while my real parents were at work. And then after high school, when I went to college, when I was in college, I would also tutor and babysit. So had enough out of all of that to be like, yeah, I don't want kids. Yeah. Not only that, but it's just, yeah, I don't think I'm cut out to be, oh, this one's not sticky. Woo! Good thing I felt that and didn't try to force that one on. But, you know, some of us are just not built to have kids, and I think I'm one of those people. Luckily for me, Panda Bear is kind of in the same boat, where we're both like, you know, we have enough children around us to help raise, because it takes a village, right? That we're happy to be auntie and uncle. And if one day we wish to help out other children, we will adopt. So we're at that stage of our lives. But yeah, so I really admire people that choose to be parents, because my goodness, after 12 hours of hanging out with children, I'm like, I need to not be around kids for a little bit. So, you know, going back to the office today was a nice change of scenery. But being away for just even one day and not having, you know, done some work over the weekend, you feel it. Like, I feel it. There's so much catch up to do, especially when there's projects that need to go out in a short period of time. So, needless to say, today was kind of a stressful day. And that's why I decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do my nails tonight, because this really is my zen time. And I have the idea in my head of what I want to do for this summer mixed mani challenge, and so it's like, let's get her done, and then tomorrow wake up early and start again, and continue catching up on that work so that we can get things out on time. So that's the goal. So the goal here is to get this mani done. I know that it's going to be a two-parter at least, but hoping that it's just going to be a two-parter, not a three-parter, because I want to get it done within under an hour or so. So that's the goal. So, yeah. And I know I cut in some of the time showing off my nail mail, but you know what? I was so excited I had to share. But yeah. I have other nail mail coming because yesterday was the launch of the latest collection from Color Street called So Jelly. And I love the jelly nails. Okay, so if you haven't seen Color Street jelly nails, you gotta take a look, because it's so 90s and fun and vibrant, and it's almost like sheer, but not sheer to the point where it's like you can't wear them by themselves. Like, they look so reminiscent of like jelly like shoes that were from like the 90s that were really popular. So they came out with 6 new colors and brought back the yellow jelly that they had released a few months back with a smaller collection. And of course, with that order, I had to order one of every color because I couldn't resist. I love the jelly nails, like, and I can't wait to receive them, and I can't wait to use them because they are so summer. Like, that collection totally, like, says summer to me. So, very excited, and can't wait to, like, see what people do with layering the different jellies, because they're kind of like a little bit sheer, so when you layer the colors over each other, they create like different colors, and that is the most fun part. I almost always use like more than one set when I do Color Street, because I love the versatility and how creative we can all get with using different sets. Of course, those on a budget, Color Street has like sets that are already designs with mixed designs, mixed strips, so that you can use them like just one set and it'll be a mixed mani. Or for those that don't like mixing things up, they do have solids and all of that, so you could use just one set. But for me, oh man, this is the part where being a lefty is just like not helping. I don't think I can save that one, so I'm gonna have to waste it. Can't use the scissors properly as a left-handed person sometimes. But yeah. Anywho, I like using lots of different sets, and that's why I like saving my leftovers, because when you're mixing a whole bunch of different sets, you often don't use all of the strips. So you can save them and mix and match. Yesterday when I was distracting the kids, we played Junior Monopoly. We played Uno for a whole bunch of hours. And I did my niece's nails and did a mixed mani for them with my leftovers. Of course, doing my niece's nails because they don't have the patience and they don't want me to use this orange stick, the wooden cuticle pusher, on them. Sometimes it stays on their cuticles and then their nails are a little bit oilier than mine. The leftover strips will kind of like fall off their nails pretty quickly. So if you're new to Color Street, this dry nail polish, 100% dry nail polish, 100% nail polish I should say, it's not 100% dry, it's like 90-some% dry. They'll stick to your nails really well if you don't have oily nails, but if you do have oily nails, sometimes the nails have a hard time sticking. And so with kids, they usually have oilier nail beds than us adults. So sometimes the nails don't stick to them for very long, but sometimes they stick for over a week. So yeah, really all depends on how good I do, if they're patient enough with me to let me, you know, clean off the edges so that they're not sticking to their skin, and they don't go and wash their hands right away. If they let it sit for a little bit, sometimes I visit them like once a week, and so sometimes the nails will last the full week, but oftentimes there will be like one or two on each hand that has fallen off, and so, you know, it is what it is. Yesterday when I was doing their nails, some of them were already falling off when we were still there, so I was able to like do other colors on the nails that had fallen off, and so they had, you know, fun mixing and matching and using my craft punches to cut out shapes and stuff like that for their nails, which I'll show you more with the craft punches. Next week's mixed mani is going to include the Color Play. So Color Street has a subscription box called Color Play, and it's fluffy and comfy is the theme of the box for June, and I'll be using that box next week for next week's mani. And included in that box were craft punches that were shaped like teddy bears and flowers, and the girls had so much fun cutting out those shapes. But because they have little tiny nail beds, because, you know, they're 7 and 4, there weren't that many nails that could fit the punch nails, so we ended up using a bunch of stickers too. But yeah, if you're part of my Facebook group, Wendy's Nail Fee Studio, you would have seen pictures that I had posted of my niece's nails after we were done. Just the first round of after we were done, because as I mentioned, some of them had fallen off after a little bit, and we replaced them with other nail colors. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. And then what else did we do? There was, my sister-in-law had organized her fridge and cleaned it out a bit before her surgery. And so we were able to find, she had a rotisserie chicken in the fridge. And so ended up taking that rotisserie chicken and doing some leftover magic chef time. Which I get that both from my dad and my mom as far as repurposing leftovers, because in our Asian household, no food goes to waste. We kind of try and make sure we eat as much of the leftovers as possible, and kind of store food away so that we can eat leftovers safely. So Panda Bear did the sniff test to the rotisserie chicken and was like, it's still good, we can use it. So I ended up making chicken soup. I boiled the rotisserie chicken because I wanted to make sure like it was heated up really, really well. And then I scooped out a lot of the chicken and was going to make chicken salad with it because Panda Bear had chopped up some onions, red onions, and he's like, oh, you could throw this in the soup. And I was like, I don't know if I want the onion in the soup, but I think I want to make chicken salad. So I scooped out a whole bunch of the boiled chicken and was going to make chicken salad with it, except when I was boiling the chicken and scooping it out, my nieces were like, hey, that smells good. And so I was like, really? The chicken smells good? The chicken soup? They're like, no, I don't want soup. I want the chicken. Just the chicken itself. And so I was like, okay. So they ate just the boiled chicken after it had cooled. And they liked that. So that was their meal. And I made the chicken salad with a little bit of Dijon mustard, mayo, and soy sauce. And then the red onion diced. And my nephew chose to eat the chicken salad instead of just the plain chicken. And he ended up liking it a lot. He ate like 4 scoops of the chicken salad, which I was shocked. So that made me happy because I was preparing for a day where the kids would be like, you don't make it like mommy. Because their mommy, my sister-in-law Carla, is amazing in the kitchen. And yeah. And the kids have often said, like, I don't make it like mommy. And they want, you know, their mommy's cooking. And so I usually don't cook for them. We usually will go buy them something. Or make them something where, like, I don't have to be creative with seasoning and all that stuff. But they actually ate my cooking yesterday, so that made me happy. Because they didn't do it without any complaints either. I was like, that's a first. So usually the adults are the ones that are like, oh yeah, this is good. And the kids will be like, no. But yeah, didn't have to make any dino nuggets. Didn't have to go buy McDonald's. Ended up being a really good day, even though it was a very stressful day of waiting. So yeah. Anywho. And then today, went back to the office and picked up where I left off on Friday. So yeah, not quite caught up, but very close to being caught up. So tomorrow's another day, and hope to get to a spot where I feel like less overwhelmed, because it's been kind of an overwhelming last few days. Fun, a lot of fun, but also a lot of stress and worry. So, yep. But see, this is solar flare, so imagine if I just left it like this, already a very beautiful ombre set with the deep maroon color that fades into that coral orange, and then the peachy light orange, and then back again. But because I want to layer with the Lokelani Rose for the mystery Twosie mixed challenge, I'm also going to layer with some other sets, because that is what we're gonna do. How are we on time? Aha! The layering part's gonna be part 2, obviously. So, part 1, we've got the one set on, which again, Color Street could be used just with the one set. No problem there. But we are gonna do some fun layering and fun with nail stickers for this mixed mani. And then we'll take a nailfie tomorrow when the sun is out and wear it for the next week or so. Alright, here we go. I am so happy that this set, this heat sealed leftover set, worked out. This is actually 2 sets, leftovers from 2 different sets, because I can't remember why. I know I did my sister's nails one time with a set, but I can't remember why I had to open the second set. But yeah, it's 2 different sets. And they seem to have worked, so I'm very happy. I love when Tara Stoddard has her Mystery Twosie mixed mani challenges, because people get super creative when they're given a random Twosie and told that they can be creative and do what they want with it based on a specific theme that Tara chooses. And it's such a great idea. I love it. So, and I love being a part of it. There's something about being a part of a community that has a shared interest, and seeing everyone get super creative, and you don't have to be super skilled to use Color Street. Obviously, if you use it as often as I do, you get a little bit more comfortable with mixing sets together and cleaning them up and having them look, you know, not perfect, because for me it's never perfect, but it's to the point where I feel like it works for me, rather than going to go pay to get my nails done. Oh, see, here we go. Time's up. So here's part 2, which I'm going to start layering, but this is solar flare just by itself. Now, let's get into putting the palm trees and using the sets. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to pull this plastic off. I'm going to use Summer Vibes on my nails. So this is the part where, for me, it's always a debate. So when people do their nails